This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, July 23rd. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about. And right now I'm here with Eric and Brandon. I'm Jeff. A lot to get to, guys. Let's get to it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood premiered last night in Los Angeles, and the stars were there: Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. And new friends Brad and Leo posed for photos together. We're hearing reports that the two bonded over pottery and would stay up late doing arts and crafts together.
Okay.
That's a cute story. I like that. Other stars hit the red carpet too, including singer Britney Spears. This was her red carpet debut with her new boyfriend, Sam Asghari. And we also got a look at some younger actresses who are taking after their celebrity parents. This is 21-year-old Maya Hawke. You want to guess who her parents are?
Oh, you can tell who her parents are.
Well, there you go. Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter, and plays the flower child in the film. And take a look at Margaret Qualley. She plays a Manson girl. She might look familiar because her parents are Andy McDowell and Paul Qualley.
Yes, she looks just like Andy.
Not to be confused with Talib Kweli. Dang, I tried.
Talib.
No, I thought I got it right?
Talib.
Right. I know what you got.
Yeah, there
I know what you got. Anyways,
you get an E for effort.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Very excited. We're going to see the screening tonight here in Denver.
But I don't think I'm going to stay for the whole movie.
What?
That
sounds insane to me.
Here's my
right
logic.
now.
Hear me out.
I was going to give you a ride. No more.
I'm not in the mood to see a movie. I just want to go for cocktail hours, take pictures for social media, and then peace out. What?
See,
What's wrong
you're
with that?
everything that's wrong with the world.
No,
okay?
it's not.
Yes,
No,
you
it's not.
are.
I'm everything that's
You
cool. I'm being honest.
absolutely are.
Transparency.
No, okay, yes,
Okay,
you
thank
are
you.
being honest.
Yep.
You get a H for honesty. But here's the thing. What's wrong, because no one is having experiences anymore. Everyone's just mocking experiences. So if you're going to go to the premiere only to walk the red carpet, have a couple free cocktails, and then the moment that the movie starts, you bounce, then you didn't really go to the premiere.
That's an experience to me.
That is not the
That's an
experience.
Instagram.
That is mocking an experience. You are the mockery of the experience.
Am I supposed to be like feel bad for the people who can't make it there or something? This is part of my job. I gotta go for my job.
It's the idea that it's about the illusion of having a time, not actually experiencing the time.
Well,
you need to stay for the purpose that you are there.
No, I'm ready for the people to clap back and be like, oh, you didn't even go see the movie. You didn't go see the movie. Doesn't matter. I was still there. I'm still on the red carpet. The step and repeat is behind me. I got Jeff right next to me. We're looking fly.
Yeah, but you said you're doing it for your job. Your job would be to watch the movie and get a review.
So that you can talk about it. That's like, instead of working hard and buying a Bugatti, you just stand next to one and take a picture as if it's yours. That way, people think.
He can't go.
You've been grounded. You just got
the H for
grounded.
honesty is, okay, I wasn't going to do it for my job. I'm going to do it for the gram. There's the H for honesty.
You just got the plug pulled.
Man.
How can he tell me I can't go? I'm a grown man.
Watch. He's texting it. He's on the email chain.
Here we go. Man,
All right.
You got grounded.
Well, I was going to give you a ride, but guess I'm rolling solo. I'll meet Al there. All right. We have to cover all the other stars who came out for the premiere. Stephanie Jones has your fashion roundup.
So let's recap some of my favorite looks of the night, starting with the two leading men, Brad and Leo. Leo sported a Giorgio Armani suit, whilst Brad went for a David Yurman look, and they are looking sharp. And their co-star, Margot Robbie, took style cues from the film with this white Chanel gown. And I've got to give a special shout out to Vanessa Hudgens in this Armani dress. She's giving me all the feels. She's killing it. Back to you guys.
Crushing life.
Vanessa.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Girl.
I bet she stayed for the whole thing.
I bet she did too.
I bet you I look better than her, though.
I bet you that's not true.
I bet you it is.
You get an L for life. All right. Sylvester Stallone is opening up about the future of the Rocky series. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, Jeff, Sylvester Stallone revealed in a new interview there are 2 major Rocky projects in the works. One is a movie where he'd reprise the legendary character. In it, the boxing star meets a young street fighter who's not in the country legally. And there's talks of a TV series. But the biggest revelation Stallone made is shocking some of his fans. He does not own any of the Rocky franchise, even though he came up with the idea, wrote it, and then starred in it. He says he's furious he can't pass the legacy on to his kids and feels like Hollywood robbed him of his own work.
Yeah.
This is so interesting because I watched Chuck about Chuck Wepner, who also apparently feels like Rocky was based on his real life,
right?
And he didn't get any benefit from it. So who did benefit from Rocky?
Well, Rocky, it's an interesting story. I listen like Tony Robbins, and the story goes that he was trying to sell Rocky. He wrote the script. He was like out on the streets. He sold his dog for like $50. That's how the story goes. And he was trying to sell Rocky. The buyers went up to almost $250,000, which was more money than he ever saw in his life. Turned it down because he wanted to star in it himself. Yep. They came back. I think they offered him $40 grand with him starring in it because they said it wasn't going to make any money, and it turned into what it was. But along with that, I'm sure he sold all the rights away. And the end of that story is he bought his dog back, Buckus, who's in the movie, for $15,000. That's how the story goes. So pretty crazy, but he sold all those rights away. And look how many Rockies we have now, and then 2 more in the works.
You see that in music?
I think he did okay, though.
I think he ended up all right.
But you see that in music, and you see that with former athletes as well. Yeah.
But the difference is a former athlete, like in the NFL, for instance, the average career is 3.3 years. You have to get your money.
Yeah.
For this, you invest. I understand why it's a kick in the whatever, but at the same time, you invested when no one believed in you and you just believed in yourself, and then you can have this long career, which Stallone has had.
Yeah.
So I get it, but at the same time, he's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to switch gears here right now. R. Kelly may be looking for a new crisis manager right now. The singer's most recent one, Daryl Johnson, resigned for, quote, personal reasons yesterday. A potential reason might be this interview he did with CBS's Gayle King. Let's watch.
You have a 20-something-year-old daughter. Would you allow her to be alone with
Absolutely not.
With R. Kelly?
I wouldn't leave my daughter with anybody that's accused of pedophilia. Period.
So you would not?
I would not leave my daughter with anyone that's accused of being a pedophile. I would not.
So to be clear, he was R. Kelly's crisis manager when he filmed that.
Yeah.
Right.
After he was not.
I mean, you look at it, if you watch that entire interview, he's kind of trying to dodge certain questions, and they keep poking him. And at that point, and she said 20-something-year-old daughter. She didn't say 13 or underage daughter. So you can tell he was feeling something when he was asked that, and that was his moment to kind of step away from that R. Kelly brand.
Well, I heard 2 things. One, he said, I would not leave my daughter with someone who was accused of pedophilia. So that's a direct shot at the parents who did leave their daughters, because you have to remember that there were people recently who were literally pushing their daughters in front of R. Kelly in hopes that there would be a shot for something. Because that 25-minute, I did it and confess, or whatever, I confessed that R. Kelly did, he talks about parents, stop putting your daughters in front of me and then crying foul, basically, like when they come with me. So he's talking about them, but he's also, he volunteered a lot of information, because he could have said, I would never leave my child in the hands of anyone other than me. He chose to repeat the question and say, I wouldn't leave her with someone accused of pedophilia, which of course throws his client under the bus. And when your crisis manager throws you under the bus, that is the biggest crisis. That is the monsoon of crises. You have a crisis tsunami. It is not looking good for you.
I don't mean to laugh, but you hit it right on the head. All of it. I think all of it. I think he jumped ship. Literally, at that point in the interview, he jumped ship, and he's like, that's the end of that.
Get a C for crisis.
All right, guys. We have our first look at the newest season of Bachelor in Paradise. Take a look.
Blake's in a love decagon. Hannah's in a triangle. I just want to find one person to love.
I'm just so happy that I found her, and I can definitely picture being with her for the rest of my life.
You can't help who you love, and it hurts me to see you struggling.
I just don't want to lose you. Like actually fighting.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And tonight, everyone is talking about one of the contestants, Demi Burnett. You see her in the trailer with another woman, and she has tweeted confirming it. She says, spoiler alert, I'm a queer queen. That makes this the franchise's first same-sex relationship. Could you believe it took this long?
I am not impressed with this. I really find this to be a little problematic. I don't think that it's a step forward. I think that this is a way to introduce the idea of representation for LGBTQ in a very gratuitous way. We have to understand that a relationship between two women does not need to be for someone else's enjoyment. And every time we see it, especially in mainstream, we see it so that it's for someone else's entertainment, someone else's benefit. And I think that it does nothing productive for LGBTQ rights.
How about if the whole show, so going back to, do you think it took this long? I could see how it took this long, but for the show is based on one woman or man finding other women or men. The whole show would have to be changed around one man finding his dream date with all men, or one woman finding, you know what I mean?
And that would be a way to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So that would be okay for you.
Yeah, that I would be completely fine with. But the idea of having this one thing, it feels to me like it's being done for someone else's entertainment, and I don't think that's right.
I kind of feel what you're saying. I do.
Yeah, do you think they're trying to bring in another audience? Do you trying to, in a way, the meathead audience because it's two women? When men think of lesbians, they automatically want to objectify them in their brain. But if they were to have two guys on there, most guys would check out. You know, they wouldn't watch that. So you think they're trying to bring it in?
I think you're right too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why it feels more. I don't want to say relatable. Yeah. Maybe normalized. Yeah. I don't know why that is, but I think you're right. I think we need to have the whole show be that, not just parts of it. You know.
Right.
Let's be honest. This show's not the best anyway.
No.
Bachelor in Paradise. We love you. All right. We still can't get enough of the new Lion King movie. Tonight we have new details about the cast photo. John Oliver is spilling some secrets you don't want to miss. Plus, Bachelorette couple JoJo and Jordan are still going strong. They tell our own Stephanie Jones all about their new show. That's coming up next.
Watching the last episode of Breaking Bad.
Then don't go.
I want to go. I want to go.
All right, we're still. Are we on?
No, I want to.
So we're
go
talking.
see
Brandon's
some of the
still
movie.
saying that he's still going to go watch a little bit of the movie.
You're not going. You said you.
How could you go watch and not watch the end of the movie?
I'm not a professional in terms of like psychiatrist or psychologist, but I do think that there's a pattern here. As Chris has just brought up, we have to remember that Brandon watched the entire thing of Breaking Bad except for the final episode. I think Brandon has an issue with finality and conclusions.
Yeah, closure.
So it's not about the timing.
Brandon, lay down.
It's about the fact
you're
that
on
he
the couch.
doesn't like the end.
No, like you're on a
So
couch.
the bus can
this
roll
is
right
therapy
under
time.
me? No, there's nothing.
She nailed. She hit it on the head.
No, it's not. I didn't want Breaking Bad to end. Like I just didn't want it to end.
Right, you don't want things to end. You want them to live on in your mind. You probably don't want someone else's interpretation of how it should end. That way, in your mind, you can play it out in any capacity
See,
that
it's
you
so
see
funny.
fit.
I text Mark and I go, dude, let's go eat somewhere before because I'm not walking that red carpet. And then we'll just sneak in right before the movie starts. Brandon's like, I'm going right when that red carpet starts and I'm not going to watch the movie.
And I'm going to sneak out when the movie starts.
But I am walking
because you're giving them fuel.
But it's funny though how I was just
Look,
texting.
I'm gonna
The
go
tank is
sit.
full already.
I'm gonna watch the movie. But you know, it was just if at any point of the movie I'm like, man, I'm tired. I gotta wake up. I gotta be here earlier than you guys gotta be here. I got a longer day than you guys got tomorrow.
Wow.
You know,
You're
I might be a little
welcome
tired.
for us paving the way for you to have the opportunity to be here longer.
Thank you.
She got you again.
Thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. Actress Natalie Portman is set to play Thor in Marvel's new film, Thor: Love and Thunder, but some are critical of the choice. Chris Hemsworth has played the role in the past, so DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. Do you want a female Thor? Your comments.
Here we go. Corey from Facebook says, I think we're all missing the point here. Jane Foster has a PhD in astrophysics. She isn't female Thor or girl Thor. She's Dr. Thor. It's even more confusing. I just thought that Thor was supposed to be Thor. I'm getting tired of the remakes and the reboots. What's next? Is Wolverine going to be black? Is Wolverine going to be a woman? Like, let's just create new characters, new superheroes, new villains, and have something to pass on to our kids.
I'm with you on there. So is Thor like the Johnsons? Like, are they all Thors? You know what I mean? Like, they're
Meet
Dr.
the
Thor?
Thors.
I'm a little confused too, but let's keep going.
Well, Sam from YouTube says, stop saying you don't want to see Natalie Portman as Thor because Thor should be a man. It's literally all fiction. Sam, I agree. I think we often come across this problem when we're talking about fictional characters and people determine that it has to be a certain gender or race or sexuality. Fictional characters can really be anything that the creator sees fit. It's called creative license.
Ooh, I like it. Alex from Twitter says, as much as I love Natalie Portman, we do not need a female Thor. We already have Jessica Jones from Marvel. She's a much more developed character. I don't know. I don't like all this crossover. Like, if there's a 007, why can't you have a 008? If there's Thor, why can't you have Gore? I don't know. Make up a better name than that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But make her like Thor's brother. You're like, why does it have to be the same character? I don't understand. Make a whole new franchise for a woman or a black person or whatever you want to put in that role. You know what I mean?
I agree. And Taylor from Twitter, I think she agrees with you too, Jeff. She says, OMG, no more nonsense. We got Natalie Portman as a new Thor, some unknown woman as 007. Hollywood is dead. Now, yeah, I mean, it just goes back to what you said. Like, there are other Greek goddesses and stuff out there, like Artemis, the goddess of hunting, Anate, the goddess of love and war, Lovatar. She has many forms, many names, and she's the blind daughter of the god of death. Let's start a franchise with those. We empower our women and open up to all the different art forms and goddesses and
yeah, I'm with you.
Good 0012 and all that good stuff.
I got his back, Erica.
Thank you, Eric.
And Erica's just going to be quiet.
Oh, he said you was just going to be quiet.
All right, time to move on. Now, in other movie news, John Oliver is letting us in on some Lion King secrets. Stephanie Jones has a story coming in hot.
That's right, John Oliver plays Zazu in the new Lion King, and now the late night host is talking about the role, and more specifically the cast. He wants everyone to know what really went down in this photo. Now, here is the whole cast, but not everyone was physically there for the shoot. John says that Beyonce was a no-show. Watch.
Chiwetel was sitting in the front. He said, you need to be careful where your foot is. And I looked down, and there was just this piece of tape on the floor with Beyonce's name written on it. And literally, it was like an electrical reaction, just going, oh! The future presence of Beyonce was so intimidating. So if you look at my face in there, I look really intimidated.
Now, I'm going to give Beyonce a pass on this one. I mean, she is the queen after all. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Steph.
I can relate.
Can you?
Do you see this black piece of tape here and that black piece of tape there?
Yeah.
That's designated as ES, Erica's space. You see I don't lean over too far that way. You don't lean over too far that way.
Getting after you.
He's asking for it.
I know, because you put me on blast in the first block.
I did not put you on blast. Brandon, I never put you on blast. You step on the landmine, okay?
Yeah.
I love this. Oh, my God. I love y'all, man.
That's every day, man. You should be used to it by now. Coming up on DBL, Jojo from The Bachelorette has a special message for her ex-bachelor, Ben Higgins. Ooh, you don't want to miss it. Mine and Brandon's theory of why you can't just have Thor's sister be Thor.
Yeah, so.
Or 007 or whatever.
So here's this goes like way back into comic lore, right? So originally Thor in Marvel Comics it wasn't just like strictly a Norse god. It was whoever holds Thor's hammer and is deemed worthy is Thor.
Okay.
Right? So there's like, if anybody who's worthy picks it up, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Like the sword and the stone.
Yeah. So anybody
But there's
can
only
be-
one. So what if Chris Hemsworth comes in? He can't be
Right.
Thor too, right?
Exactly. Well, he has a different hammer now. So the trick is, there's actually a comic run where Jane Foster actually is Thor, and she has cancer, and wielding the hammer basically saves her life, and she's able to do this stuff, right? So I'm thinking the movies are a little different than the comics, but basically I think the idea is that Jane Foster is worthy to wield this hammer. She accepts the mantle. She becomes female Thor, and for some reason, Chris Hemsworth as Thor is unable to carry the mantle in the same way. So it's a little tricky, but like there's definitely history of this. There was a really popular run with Marvel. She actually, I mean, no spoilers, but she sacrifices herself in a great way. It's a wonderful story. It's not just a reboot with a female Thor. I can almost guarantee you we are going to see Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman together as two Thors. Like together side by side with different hammers.
But it's all made up. It's not real. So let's just
That's
make
still
up
part of the story.
Just make up flower girls.
It's already
you know what I mean?
been written. It's already it's already.
I know.
been
I see what you're saying, but you can't. So that's.
Welcome back to DBL. Jojo Fletcher came in runner-up on Ben Higgins' season of The Bachelor, but found true love the next year as the Bachelorette with Jordan Rodgers, who's the younger brother of NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Now, the couple is testing their relationship by fixing up rental properties in Cashpad. I sat down with them at Denver's Series Fest in today's DBL Spotlight. Hey, Jojo and Jordan, welcome to Daily Blast Live.
Thank
it is
you.
so nice to see you both, looking very gorgeous, I must say.
She picked it out for me. I can't pick out my own clothes.
We just came from the beach, so this isn't a full-time thing, but thank you.
So tell me all about Cashpad. What is it all about? What's the deal? You've mentioned, you've been getting dirty, getting stuck in.
Oh, I've always done rentals and stuff, but Cashpad is really about the short-term rental market. And Jordan and I, we team up, we partner with homeowners.
And we're creating a business for them and for us.
So who's more handy?
I dragged him into this.
I didn't realize that in the fine print was free labor for the rest of my life.
We like to jokingly say, I'm JoJo's construction therapist.
Oh my gosh, and it is so true.
Okay, so I've got a picture of you guys on your projects, and I want you to tell me what's going on here.
Uh-oh.
What is happening in this moment?
So we're renovating a property, and the property came with a lot of character, a lot of charm, and there was these beautiful countertops in the kitchen. But in the back of my mind, I always felt like we needed to keep this piece.
But in the back of her mind, she didn't bother to share that to anybody or me, so the piece kind of found its way into the dumpster. So I jumped into the dumpster, and I ended up finding some of it left, but I tell you what, lost my balance, fell back onto a piece of wood that had multiple nails sticking up.
That is true.
Listen, you cannot script that. So if anyone thinks there's any part of this show that is scripted,
It hurt.
that
was not scripted. I wouldn't have signed up for that.
You were like, this was not part of my contract.
Yeah.
And I've got a message for you.
For me?
For you.
Okay.
From former Bachelor Ben Higgins.
Oh.
So I'm looking at you like, please don't be upset with me.
Oh, I
for
love
reading
Ben.
this.
I love Ben.
So Ben's a very good friend of the show. He comes on Daily Blast Live all the time. He said, Jojo, you've always been a leader and a powerful force in the world. You'll be successful with anything that you touch, which I think is really
What a
sweet.
sweetheart.
Very
So
sweet.
do you have any words you'd like to give back to Ben?
Ben, thank you. You are amazing. You are a gentleman, and I really appreciate it.
And we need to get together sometime.
And we need to get together sometime.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys, on Cashpad.
We're super excited.
It'll be awesome, guys. I can't wait to see you in action.
Thank you.
You can watch Cashpad tonight on CNBC. We'll be right back.
Hey Beauty Blasters, welcome back to another awesome episode of Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and this is my beautiful model Lex. Today, we're talking a little bit more about red light beauty tips. Now, previously, I showed you guys how to get this beautiful slaying pink eye look with just using a lipstick. I'm gonna use the same lipstick, and we're actually gonna try out for a little blush as well. Y'all ready? Well, you better get ready. All right, guys. Now, you're gonna take a little bit of your lipstick and you're gonna put it right onto your palm, actually. This is kind of different, I know, but stay with me. Lex, you mind holding that for me, girl? Thank you. Now, you're gonna tap your palms together, and this is going to actually be your applicator, right? take it right onto the apples of the cheek and lightly press right onto the cheekbones. This is a great way to get a soft amount of color directly onto the cheekbone with a beautiful payoff, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing. I'll show you guys one more time. Don't get too crazy, all right? Watch carefully. We're gonna tap right into the cheekbone using our palm. I'll use my other palm just to give it a little bit more magic in there. There we go, Lex. I love you, girl. We're gonna make sure you look extra flossy. There we go, queen. And that is such a beautiful and quick way to go ahead and capture a look with just using a single lipstick. Now, if we really wanna get a little crazy with it, we can always take that same lipstick, once again, and actually put it on the lips now. So I'm gonna take a little bit on a brush here, swipe it right on over. Ooh, yes, queen. You look like you're about to go right on out to EDC Las Vegas, honey, and go ahead and twirl her life away. Ooh. So cute. Now you guys, don't be afraid to try this with other lipsticks. You can use CoverGirl, Maybelline, NYX, whatever it may be at home. Find that one good old lipstick that your grandma gave to you and you haven't used since 1996. I swear it's gonna come in handy for you today. All right guys, that's gonna be all for us this time. Make sure you check out our next Beauty Blast to see if stashes are coming back. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Are people writing in?
Yes, they are. Jason Anderson says, a little big part of me was hoping you guys, or at least Jeff, would do access in your movie premiere costume, which you're wearing tonight.
So all I'm doing, I'm just wearing a Banana Slugs t-shirt, like Travolta in Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
You know, and then Al's going to be Samuel L. Jackson. We're just doing that because you can go in for free, and I think they have free food and drinks.
Who do I get to be? Who am I going to be?
You're the Gimp.
Whoa!